We are still around Black Friday, so you can probably snag some of these for cheap. My favorite Compressors plugin 2022. Let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixPress TV. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy, free plugins, special discounts and offers, and of course, if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixPress TV member, access the already big and always growing library of full mixing courses, start to finish, mastering courses on many different genres and a lot more. And keep an eye out on the new, very popular format, the live mixing classes. Those are one-offs. And if the videos are helping you, please consider using the super thanks new feature and support the channel. Let's get to the list. Like for the other list for 2022, this is gonna be a quick list, so I'm not gonna stop on any single plugin, but I will tell you what I like them for, why I put them in this list, and maybe some settings here and there. We start with one Compressor plugin that could actually end the list right here. The Mac DSP 6030 Ultimate Compressor. There is a reason because it's called the Ultimate Compressor. In one single plugin, we have 10 different types and emulation of classic compressors. All of them with Mac DSP quality. And the thing that I like about this is that you can swap them just with a simple click while playing the material. So you can quickly not only hear the differences, but figure out which one is gonna be the best for a given track. And not all of them are emulation of classic compressors. For example, like this one, Easy C, DBX style compressor, 661, another classic compressor. But we also have original designs by the Mac DSP, which are great. We have here another classic Opto C3 and L3, and you have sidechain filter at the bottom and a mix knob here. Let's give this a try really quick. Let's compare, for example, an Opto Classic.
Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. Let my guard down, now you pull the rug.
Which is beautiful. I mean, this is without.
And you're not here to get me through it all. Let my guard down.
Extremely dynamic vocal, okay?
And you're not here to get me through it all. Let my guard down. And
really nice. 671.
To nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. Let my guard down, now you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
You hear that all the different characters, for example this one based on a classic British one.
To nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. Let my guard down, now you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
A really great plugin that I think doesn't get talked about enough, so I wanted to start the list with this one, Mac DSP 6030. Let's get to the next one. Talking Lab Molot Gentleman Edition. Again, another one of those compressors that I feel it doesn't get talked about enough, and it's an absolutely great compressor, like all Talking Lab plugins, to be honest. This is the colored compressor that they have opposite to Katelnikov, for example, which is their transparent, another great compressor. We start with a simple saturate knob here, which can be switched to dynamic, the comp style, feedback, relax, and lo-fi, which you can engage all three at a time or two of them if you want. So again, I feel one unique feature of this compressor, you have a dual stage compressor with two sets of attack mix, and two releases, and much more. A really, really cool plugin.
You make it hard, I wanna stop and stare behind those eyes. What else you got in there? 'Cause you make me feel like I should learn to stop time.
It's really nice.
You make it hard, I wanna stop and stare behind those eyes. What else you got in there? 'Cause you make me feel like I should learn to stop time.
Without it,
you make it hard, I wanna stop and stare behind those eyes. What else you got in there? 'Cause you make me feel like I should learn to stop time.
Nice and dense, and with this low mid saturation is really great on vocals, thin vocals. I use it on bass a lot, whether it's real bass or synth. Killer plugin, definitely get the Gentleman Edition. Number 3, I feel unconsciously in this list I feature the plugins that are great and for some reason are not really talked about much, or they don't simply do that much promotion as others, but they are on top with the best, if not among the best. Like this one, PSP Oldtimer Multiband. The Oldtimer was originally wideband and it was a cool plugin, but this one, the multiband version, it's absolutely badass. I love the color and I love the action of it. And it has some really cool features, like for example, the width for every band. You have auto release, independent auto release, 2 types. You have the usual sidechain filter, a link left and right, you have a mix knob overall, output balance, and here we have the valve. You can increase or decrease the color of the tube emulation or turn it off altogether.
Sometime and just concentrate. As me tell you about this little youth we contemplate. Say he must eat the food till him lick down pan plate. So the little youth decide to put big gun pan waist. Say him while out and go all insane. Say him hotter than that brother run through all in vain. Mama words to him was all in vain. Now she cry and a ball in pain. Just because the youth start rob and kill.
Usually I use this on subgroups. I did use it on the tuba sometimes. It's great on vocals, it's great on acoustic guitars, piano, anything where you want color, character, but it's complex material and you need a degree of tweaking. Number 4 is the plugin that prevented me from buying another set of compressors, is the Softube Germanium compressor. The Germanium is a pretty color compressor, pretty much like all the Chandler, Geer, and emulation, but arguably this one has the thickest color, even though it's somewhat versatile. I usually use this on percussion and drums, single drums. It can be great on vocals, especially aggressive vocals. I tend to grab the Germanium when I really want to color something, whether with the action and I want the compression to be heard and or the color of it. We can try on a drum really quick. Definitely has that really big bottom end if we do the opposite here. Or we can really squash it and use the mix knob. Definitely a color compressor, even though it's still versatile. It's definitely a tone shaper. Let's get to the next one. All right, the next one was a surprise. I tried at least 1 or 2 other plugins trying to emulate the RS-124 compressor, which is an amazing compressor. And regardless how close or not close the Waves Audyaroad RS-124 is to the original, it doesn't matter. I don't care because this compressor, this plugin compressor sound great to me. And I just actually opened it by accident the first time because I have a lot of plugins and many times I forget about probably 50% of them. And I've been sleeping on this one because I opened it by accident. I think it was a vocal or a double vocal and I was like, wow, this sounds nice. And I started using it since then. Super simple, you have input and output. You have actually 2 types, the studio and the cutter. 2 versions of this compressor that were at Audyaroad. You have the superfuse to increase the distortion of it, the saturation, which grays out the option here, the release time. Let's give it a try.
I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. Let my guard down, now you pull the rug. I was getting
I tend to compensate less with the compressor because I don't want to fool you guys with level. So my compressed signal are usually lower than the uncompressed signal. But I'm actually surprised again about this compressor. Like, listen to how it handles, and we are compressing this vocal here, this wildly dynamic vocal.
It's a nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. It's a nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. Let my guard down.
Oh man, it's beautiful. So you hear that as soon as it starts, let me do this.
Into night.
It kind of sucks the air out of the track and all the low level information comes out. This is right here, the old button function.
Into nightfall.
Avoids that, okay? So if you didn't know this, and you can slow down the recovery, but yeah.
Into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. Let my guard down.
It sounds beautiful.
Into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all.
So the studio is usually my favorite, and yes, this compressor, I very, very often use it on vocals. It surprised me the first time that I used it, and I've been using it regularly, but to be honest, it's also great on bass and piano. Actually, everything that is this wildly dynamic, okay? I'm pretty sure Waves has deals right now, so all the links to the plugins are gonna be in the info box down below. And guys, we noticed from the analytics that 60% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So please, if you enjoy the videos, click the subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. Let's get to the next one. The next one is kind of old and sometimes forgotten, but the Eventide Omnipressor is an absolute beast. It has a ton of character, is very versatile, and for this reason, you could end up using it on vocals or on drums or electric guitars. It's a really good drum smasher. Let me show it. It's really a unique compressor. I have to put it in this list. All right, this is what we call a specialty compressor. I had the hardware version in the Fusion. It's one of the secrets function of the Fusion besides the game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link the videos in the info box down below, but we're talking about the SSL Listen Mic compressor. If you don't know the story really quick, the SSL consoles had a compressor in the talkback channel, and at some point someone ran a drum through that compressor, and the result was this drum came out like smashed, and everybody loved the sound. Prove that when someone is so wrong, that is right. And now we have it available in the LMC Plus compressor, and this is what it does. It's cool because in this version, SSL put the filters and the external sidechain and the scoop and the split and the mix knob. It made it an actual usable compressor. There will be many to mention. The Summit TLA by Softtube, Dynamite from Softtube, I still use it all the time. The still amazing MJUC, and I still use the CLA 76. So there will be many others, so I can include all of them. But I wanted to end the list with a Pulsar Mu compressor limiter, and what can I say? It's just a really nice compressor, and the addition of the sidechain and the EQ and the sidechain makes it even better than what's the original hardware, okay? This is a very simple compressor if you know the original unit, the famous Vari Mu compressor that is a model after, or at least inspired by. And this is how it sounds, and it sounds pretty close.
Tryna sound like what real sound like. I'm still the same down guy, same down vibes. I know that you heard this. I deserve this after what the hurt did. It done turned out perfect. I'm just tryna sound like what real sound like. I'm still the same down guy, same.
Okay, and with this compressor, I'm actually compressing a lot, because the trick with this compressor is barely moving the needle. But I also wanted to show you guys that because this plugin also has the visual representation of the curve of the compression, the action of the compression, you can see this is pretty much what you want to do with this type of compressor. With Muir in general, this we can say in particular, you kind of want to massage your material and always keep the material under the curve. Maybe let it go here and there, but generally speaking, you kind of want to keep it always under the curve and then compensate for the gain reduction with the output level. And the beauty of this compressor is in its input stage and output stage, and the color and the action of it. I mean, right now I'm compressing this mix about 2 to 3 dB, which is a lot with this compressor, but here I'm compensating and the peak level is the same. You can take a look here at the meter. Without
Tryna sound like what real sound like. I'm still the same down guy, same down vibes. I know that you heard this. I deserve this after what the hurt did. It done turned out perfect. I'm just tryna sound like what real sound like. I'm still the same.
Nice and dense, a really nice color. Watch the 260 or 70 sometimes. It adds a little too much there, but overall a really nice color. Tools are Mew. And this is it for the video. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like. All the links to the plugins are going to be in the info box down below. If you liked the video, please consider using the super thanks and support the channel. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up.